For over 4,500 years, a powerful mystery has been whispered through the corridors of history. Who were the Anunnaki? Were they gods? Ancient astronauts who descended from the heavens to build our world. For decades, this has been one of history's most tantalizing and controversial questions. The story many of us know comes from Zecharia Sitchin's 1976 book, The 12th Planet. It painted a picture of alien beings from a distant world coming to Earth, genetically engineering early humans, and putting them to work mining gold. It's a captivating story, one that has fueled countless documentaries, books, and late-night debates. For a long time, mainstream academics dismissed it entirely. They called it fantasy, a wild misinterpretation of ancient Sumerian texts. But what if the truth is something far more complex and in its own way, even more astounding? Recent breakthroughs are forcing us to look at this ancient puzzle with fresh eyes. New discoveries in archaeology, incredible advancements in DNA analysis, and a deeper understanding of ancient languages are peeling back the layers of myth. And what they're revealing is not a story of aliens, but a story of humans. Extraordinary humans. It turns out the Anunnaki were very real, but they weren't from another planet. They were a powerful, sophisticated, and surprisingly diverse ruling class that appeared in Mesopotamia, almost out of nowhere, around 3,800 BCE. Imagine the scene: ancient Sumer, a land of scattered farming communities. Then, suddenly, everything changes. A new group arrives, a cosmopolitan elite. They bring with them a level of knowledge that seems almost magical to the local population. They understand the stars with breathtaking precision, mapping the cosmos. They possess advanced mathematics, the kind you need to build monumental structures and organize a complex society. They are masters of metallurgy, forging metals in ways previously unknown. They introduce new, sophisticated systems of law and governance. They bring the single most transformative invention in human history: writing. This wasn't a slow, gradual evolution. It was a revolution. In a flash, cities spring up where there were once only villages. Oru, Eridu, the world's first great urban centers. And at the heart of this explosion of civilization are these newcomers, the Anunnaki. Scientists now believe this elite group wasn't a single, uniform people. Instead, they were likely a coalition of innovators and leaders from various distant lands. Some may have come from the rugged Caucasus Mountains, others from the high plateaus of what is now Iran. And perhaps most intriguingly, some may have hailed from a now-lost world, a fertile land that once existed in the Persian Gulf before sea levels rose at the end of the last ice age. Think about it, a group of brilliant survivors from a drowned land, carrying the legacy of a lost civilization. They arrive in Mesopotamia, find fertile ground and a receptive population, and seed a new culture with their inherited knowledge. It sounds like science fiction, but it's a theory grounded in geological and archaeological evidence. The rapid rise of Sumerian civilization coincides perfectly with the arrival of these mysterious, knowledgeable leaders. They didn't need spaceships. They were human pioneers, explorers, and visionaries. So how did these human leaders become gods? It's a process we've seen happen time and again throughout history. Over generations, the memory of these real historical figures began to fade. Their incredible achievements, their foreign origins, their advanced technology, it all started to sound like the work of supernatural beings. The leader who taught them astronomy became the sky god. The engineer who designed the irrigation canals became the god of fresh water. Their strange language and foreign appearance marked them as other, as not from here. Over centuries, the historical Anunnaki, the ruling elite, were mythologized. They were elevated from powerful kings and brilliant priests into the divine pantheon of Sumerian gods who came from the heavens. The story wasn't a lie, but a transformation of memory. The Sumerian cuneiform tablets, which Sitchin interpreted as tales of space travel, were more likely epic poems preserving the faded memory of their ancestors' arrival and their monumental impact. The sky ships might have been symbolic descriptions of their foreign origins, or simply poetic metaphors for their godlike wisdom that seemed to descend from above. This reinterpretation doesn't diminish the story. It grounds it in a reality that is, in many ways, more inspiring. It's not a story about humanity being a passive creation of aliens. It's a story about human ingenuity, migration, and the incredible power of knowledge to transform the world. This new perspective solves many of the puzzles that the alien theory left unanswered. It explains the sudden, explosive growth of Sumerian civilization without resorting to extraterrestrial intervention. It accounts for the diverse influences seen in early Sumerian art, architecture, and language. And it aligns with the genetic evidence, which shows complex patterns of migration and intermingling in the ancient Near East, but no trace of non-human DNA. The Anunnaki weren't visitors from Nibiru. They were our brilliant, trailblazing ancestors. The mystery is far from over. Archaeologists are still digging, linguists are still deciphering texts, and geneticists are still mapping our ancient family tree. Every new discovery brings us closer to understanding the true legacy of the Anunnaki. We are beginning to uncover the lost history of these extraordinary people who laid the very foundations of the world we live in today. Their knowledge of agriculture, governance, and science set humanity on a new course. The question is no longer, did aliens build our civilization? But rather, what forgotten wisdom did our own ancestors possess? What other secrets lie buried beneath the sands of Iraq or hidden beneath the waters of the Persian Gulf? The story of the Anunnaki is the story of humanity's own forgotten potential. It's a reminder that sometimes the most incredible truths are not found in the stars, but in the lost chapters of our own history. The search for the Anunnaki continues, not as a hunt for aliens, but as a quest to rediscover the human genius that sparked civilization. As we continue to uncover this lost past, we may find that our ancestors were even more remarkable than we ever dared to imagine. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey into the past. What do you think about this new theory? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. We'll see you in the next one.